For the last 2 months, I've been finally sailing south after 2 years of hard work on my rescued Polynesian double canoe. We've so far sailed through Amsterdam, past Belgium, into France. It's still surreal that we're making this progress when 2 years ago this boat was rotting from the inside. In the last episode, we were approaching Cherbourg and one of my engines broke, but we got it fixed. And in this week's episode, we are making more good progress south, past, I think, one of the strongest tidal races in Europe, to the Channel Islands, which are beautiful but treacherous, and then down to the French coast, ending up in Brittany. So there's a lot of sailing, a lot of travelling in this video. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. That's very nice of him. How are we doing down here? Does it work?
It's a bit bumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. It's just a bit awkward to do, but it is having an impact.
Which is what happens when you don't properly empty foul. Alright, yeah.
Alright, let's see how long that barrel takes to bring him up. Bring another barrel! I'm coming around again!
So we've got 60 metres of chain to hold up. We're heading out today, just an 8 miler. We're going to anchor right at the tip of the Cap de la Hague, which is the cap next to Alderney in the Channel Islands, and around there is the Alderney race. So we're going to hopefully be able to get there as a jumping off point and then time the tides correctly tomorrow to make a jump to Sark. Hopefully from Sark we can get back to France. We have the wind against us but the current with us, so we're probably going to just be tacking up into the wind a little bit and letting the current do all the hard work today. So we've got a sailing competition, we need to go out there, so we'll just hang back a little bit. There's also a lot of fishing pots around that area as well, so keep an eye out. Alright, I think we can maybe put the staysail up. We'll go out that way a little bit and then left.
I did spot, it was like a small flat.
Yeah.
Just out here somewhere, and it's just on surface level.
We were not counting on this much swell, but we're literally at this point, we're facing the wrong direction. Close hold, pointing towards the UK anyway. We're just letting the current take us. We're pretty much in the right direction at about 2 knots. It's just very rolly and wobbly, but we're just trying to keep the sails filled. Yeah, we are moving in the right direction. I wonder if anyone else is silly enough to be anchoring at the point of Cap de la Hague. Probably not. But yeah, some big swells coming in, whether it's because of the tidal race outside here. There's a fishing buoy. You can see how fast we're going sideways.
Slow and steady.
Slow, steady and navionics.
Yeah. No, I think these are floating nets. Yeah. And you see there's the balls kind of floating. So I don't know where they're going like.
We're going to go near where that sailing boat's anchored.
Okay. There's a flag flag up there. There could be a net running across there.
I'm going across the... Here is about where I want the anchor, so if you just drop it here, even though we're not facing to the wind.
Do you think it's
I
alright?
don't think it matters, yeah.
Happy?
Yeah. So. My heart should be well schooled. Today was a really strange sail. We were sailing in the opposite way to where we wanted to get to, and the current basically took us most of the way. We motored for the last 1.5 miles. Tomorrow we're going to go through the notorious Alderney race. So currents tomorrow in the opposite direction get up to about 8 knots. The direction we're going, they get up to about 6 knots. Unfortunately, I am taking a huge gamble with this trip. It's 30 miles to Sark, and it's a gamble because there's no wind, so we're going to attempt to motor there, and obviously my confidence in the motors is shaking a little bit. After we've motored to Sark, then we have good wind to make a good leap close to Brest, but on the North French coast. Yeah, the wind will fill in from the Channel Island of Sark. It doesn't really fill in here, hence the motoring. It's not a case of not sailing and just motoring everywhere. The problem is the prevailing winds in this part of the world is southwesterly. We have to take every little window that we can. Yeah, tomorrow no wind, but really strong currents. The only thing I worry about is if there's any tidal races, but because we're here at the point now, it looks like we'll be able to hit the tidal race at slack water, which is what a lot of people advise, and then we can sort of take the current down. There could be standing waves, there could be sloppy seas. That's what I'm afraid of, and the motor's decided that they're broken. But yeah, I just have to get myself in the right frame of mind. You know, the motors have been really good. We've fixed the problem on this one. Tomorrow will be the last sort of passage that we do with motor, or where motors are necessary, and then after that it looks like good wind over the next couple of weeks. I'm nervous, a bit anxious. Today I wasn't counting on the sea state being so choppy, but I think it was just the after effects of the last sort of week where we've been winded in at Cherbourg. I think there's just a residual swell from it, and it's still sort of coming in now, but overnight, fingers crossed, it'll die down. Yeah, it's quite stressful, all this. When you've done everything yourself, the rigging, the motors, everything, obviously with the help of Dad, with the engines, but when you do all this stuff yourself, you question yourself also. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. I've got a whiskey anyway, a little bit of whiskey left. Made it through the shit. Was really choppy with sort of standing waves and going around the cap. We just had one engine on going really slow just to point us in the right direction, and then we just used the tide really. I hate that when the engine's dipping in and out of the water and everything's getting thrown around, but we were moving at 6 knots around the cap. Now we're in the calm. We still have current with us. We were doing 7, but we've slowed down to about 6, and I think the strongest current is coming in 2 hours, so we'll get there really quickly. I've got my granny back in the UK saying prayers for me, so I'm just sort of listening to the engine noises like, did something change?
but I'm just checking them constantly to see if there's any smoke or anything like that. But really happy that we're past that bit. It must be annoying to hear, but the camera doesn't do it justice. You look at the waves like this and then you film it and then it just looks flat. But everyone who sails knows that. Might have a chance of a bit of wind, or the wind turning a little bit. Yeah, we just need to get to Sark. On the Channel Islands the wind will fill in tomorrow evening, so we can get back down to the French coast. So the autopilot is quite loud, but Peter's working on a way to make it quieter and to make this bit a bit stronger also. But it's been really good so far.
Easy breezy.
Just sailing around on my raft. What a trip. Didn't expect to be sailing for as long as we did. We probably spent a little bit more time motoring, especially because in the anchorage I was circling around. I think I did 3 circles, so I was tempted to get really close in, but we're on the outskirts, which is fine. It's just a bit deeper, so we've got about 40 metres of chain out. We're in 7 metres now at low tide, so it's still a bit not quite enough. Well, we've got actually all the chain. It's about 55 metres, same as in Cherbourg. It was good. We sailed for a lot of it, a lot of the time, not for a lot of the distance. We got here, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
It's a great spot. Fantastic spot. Paradise, as this man rowing over shouted at us as we circled round. Cassoulet for dinner.
Welcome to paradise, boys. Oh, finally, an eater.
Well, coming over to you.
Whoa, that's a big one. Whoa, that's a chunky one. Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Okay, you want to touch it? Yeah, that's a flipping huge one. Ooh. Quick dispatch. Sorry. Damn, this was brutal.
Maybe don't include that in the video.
Look at the size of that. Yeah, I definitely got some. Is there any? Oh shit! Oh shit! Is there?
Keep attention on it. It looks like a pretty good size. Oh shit! What is that?
Oh my god!
Oh yes!
Get on board, quick! A bream.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
bring it over. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. What the? These taste great.
That's an eater.
Oh, I need a sharp knife to.
Okay, gotcha.
What kind of fishing ground is this? What kind of fishing ground is this exactly? Bloody hell, these taste brilliant. What's this? This is like a bream. Oh!
I only have the big one.
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Could I take a picture? Well, dolphins. Wow, this really is paradise. Yeah. Woo! No. Oh, it's a bass.
Exactly.
It's a bass.
Oh my god, this is a huge fish.
3 different fish. Well, I think that's a keeper.
It's a decent
Sea
sized
bass?
sea bass, which is really tasty. So we now have 3 fish, so we're going to be lighting up the barbecue shortly and cooking these bad boys.
I actually can't believe this. A chunky bass. Well, it's not a huge one, but it's a keeper. A nice bream and a chunky mackerel. That is unbelievable.
Say yes to everything.
And all my time writing, and they're really racist.
They're, yeah, I'll write an essay. Oh shit, we're leaving fish.
Should be.
This might help in flipping.
Oh, high tide, is that like 12? Like 15. Oh, nearly went in the dinghy. Nearly went in the Zodiac. Oh, shit. Oh.
How does it feel?
Got you, motherfucker.
So we've got some tidal steps. So you have to come at low tide to access these. Yeah, we're gonna head into Sark.
Dissident's Bay or something.
Yeah, Derrible Bay.
It's not that bad.
It's not that terrible, is it? It's paradise. We're leaving paradise. We need to get to France to drop Ben off. We've got a crew changeover. Yeah, the weather looks really good, really nice. Light wind, hopefully not too light. I told myself I wouldn't plan a sail where I had to motor, but I don't think we'll have to. Yeah, we're heading to Roscoff, 77 miles. Honestly, this island of Sark was just so beautiful. And yeah, so we left at 10 p.m. local time. With this wind, we're doing a nice 3 knots with the current against us, and it should be turning in our favour for, well, hopefully 6 hours. Try and get there on time, because apparently there's a lot of rips around the marina, some strong tides, so hopefully we'll get there on time. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice peaceful sail. But I was just saying to Ben, this is my kind of sailing. No thrills, just nice calm weather. I think the forecast is up to 12 knots, 9 to 12 knots, so it's doing well now anyway. So it was for the most part a really calm night. We really didn't have very long with favourable current. We've been going at 1 knot now for about 6 hours. Hopefully the tide's going to change. I actually managed to get a couple of hours sleep, which is unlike me, so perhaps I'm getting used to sleeping. I think the noise cancelling headphones help. But yes, there's dolphins playing in the background, rounding up some mackerel. Can't really see them on camera, so it's been a little bit flappy. Yeah, we've probably got about 8 knots of wind, so not much at all, but we're going at 1 knot. We are probably not going to arrive in the light, and probably not before the marina closes. I'll have to hope that we get close enough to the coast that I can radio them so they can tell us where to go, or maybe we'll have to anchor out, but there's only tidal anchorages around there. Ben is due to come on his watch in half an hour, so I'll try and get more rest, and we'll see if the wind picks up, or the tide at least. We're just flapping around a lot. But even going at 1 knot, the autopilot's been really good. Not missed a beat. Very good. So we have a nice and steady 17 knots of wind behind us, and we're coming through between a sort of rocky thing and the headland, and the tide's against us at 2 knots, so we're only going at 2.7 knots. We should be flying at least 5 knots now, but we're wing on wing, and it's just a bit of a flappy endeavour. I actually have a bigger foresail. I should probably start using that instead of wing on wing. This is the strangest thing ever. Oh. Took the Yankee down, put the little staysail on, and in between these two islands or whatever, this little passage, it's just mental. Mental, isn't it? It feels like we're going 5 knots.
Yeah, it feels like we're going quite fast.
And we're going like 1.5 knots.
So hopefully the current changes shortly and we'll fly along.
Yeah, I would say this is about 5 knots of boat speed. You can see the speed.
Particularly if you look down. If you look at the water rushing between the hulls.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, Peter's autopilot is doing a much better job than me. We're preparing for a pretty intense arrival because it's at night, and usually I'm not too bothered entering a marina at night, but I think there's going to be a lot of tidal currents. Sorry about the noise. Got the engines on, the wind just died off. We do have a little bit of wind, but we want to motor while it's light because there's so much weed in the sea and the lobster pots and stuff, so we're going for it a little bit with the engines again and just trying to get as close to the port as possible. There's nowhere to anchor outside the port. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of strong tidal streams, so we're relying on the engines again. We've sailed for most of the trip. We've been at it for about 23 hours, and yeah, just hoping that everything will go well. We're about an hour away. Called the marina, they've got a spot for us and just need to make it. And just as we were coming in, a flipping ferry was coming out. Just as we got it there. Flip. Alright, well I'm glad he's out of the way. Or is he? Say that again.
Back to the real world where shoes are a requirement.
Get some good action shots of you putting your shoes on.
That was me opening shots as well.
Yeah, it was.
Taking them off and putting them back on again. Right. I've tied this on very well, so it actually might take a couple of minutes to take down.
It's been a pleasure having you on board, Ben.
Oh, absolutely, it's been fantastic. Thank you very much for the opportunity. We had a great trip, and an equal, I think, combination of chilling at anchors and moving between places. Sark was amazing.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
But I imagine I won't see it many other times in my life, so it was great to go there and to catch the fish, have the barbecue, everything. Yeah, it was great.
You've been a top quality crew. I've been so lucky to have such good crew, guys. You've been very helpful. Don't even need to tell you what to do.
Most of the time. My ambition to follow in your footsteps in a couple of years, let's see. Do this job in Brussels, save some money, buy a boat, who knows? Reconvene in the Caribbean.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, Ben. You were a proper good, helpful crew member. I've been really lucky with both my crew members so far. And I've got another one coming, Elliot, in 2 days. So we can then hopefully make some more progress. But I'm so happy, I'm elated, ecstatic that we're here, we're in Roscoff, and we're really not far away now from the Bay of Biscay, only 100 miles, and the cruising area there. I've heard Brittany, ever since I started sailing, people always told me that Brittany is one of the most beautiful cruising areas. So for now I'm desperate to get out to the anchorage. There's a little island just outside here where I can beach mahi. I'm desperate to do that. There's a huge beard growing on the outside of the hulls. I'm not sure what's going on with my anti-fouling. I mean, I did do it 2 years ago, so it's probably about time I sorted it out. So I'm gonna get a tin of anti-fouling, and hopefully while we're dried out we can get that sorted. But yeah, it's a flipping huge beard. I mean, the fish are loving it. I have my own little personal mullet aquarium, it seems. But yeah, I'm just so happy. Done about 600 miles and tested the boat, tested myself, broke engines, fixed them. It's still surreal. And the really important miles that we've done. Obviously coming past Cherbourg, I was dreading that with the currents going up to 8 knots, and we came here on a spring tide, which just do not do that, just do not do it. We came into the marina at midnight, spring tide, big ferry coming out. I saw at the entrance to the marina there is a notice saying please respect the ferry leaving times, and there's big red lights to tell you that you're not allowed to come in. So I didn't even know all that, but yeah, we saw, luckily on the AIS I saw the boat reversing. We managed to do a circle, but the current coming through the marina was pushing us so fast that we were just motoring into the current and not moving and just sort of spinning around. You can kind of see it on the track on Navionics, and flipping lobster pots everywhere, flipping rocks. But yeah, really important miles made through some very scary areas, but it's like a little bit out of the frying pan and into the fire, because now that we're here in Brittany, it's just an incredibly rocky, also very tidal, not as bad as up there, very tidal, rocks everywhere, all the ports, all the anchorages. You really need to be careful not to get blown onto a rock, or there's a lot of dangers, but it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take a little look around Roscoff and also spy out the strait in between the islands, because that's where we're going to anchor. It's beautiful but treacherous. Same with the Channel Islands, absolute paradise but treacherous as hell. Yeah, a couple more days here waiting for the crew changeover, and then we'll be out again, and then figuring out what we're going to do next. Quick public service announcement. So I'm looking for another crew member to join me from the 23rd of August for around 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you're interested, send me an email at thewildlingsofficial@gmail.com. Send me as much information about you as you possibly can, and I'll try and get back to everyone. I still have a few people to get back to from the June applications, but yeah, it is pretty short notice. What's that, like a week? 10 days. My parents are coming for a week, and then after that I'm on my own, so I'd like a helping hand. And a huge thanks after the last video with my engine breaking and me talking about getting a new one. So many people were so generous using the PayPal links and the coffee and the Patreon and super chat as well. Thank you so much. I promise you I wasn't begging for donations. It's all just part of the boat life, you know, things break and purchases have to be made. Luckily I live very, very cheaply, especially the last month, not paying any rent, just living on anchor. And yeah, eventually I will get a new engine, but when I'm somewhere more settled, because obviously living at anchor, it's difficult to source an engine and get it fitted and everything. And these engines have been doing really well. Now I'm just only sailing. I'm not going to be relying on the engines anymore, only to get me in and out of ports, which is always the scariest bit. It's not the actual sailing, it's getting in and out. You know, if you have the wind in your face and you're coming out of an anchorage or a port with the rocks all around, it's quite, that's the bit that makes me nervous. Actually sailing, I have good confidence in Mahi, which you'll see in the next video. Quite a rough sail. Yeah, she's just a beast. When there's wind blowing, she's just a beast. She can handle so much. You can tell she's an ocean going design. But yeah, again, a huge thanks just for watching, for following along, for all your likes, subscribes, comments, and sticking with me through this sailing content. I know a lot of people were here for the rebuild, but thank you so much for staying for the sailing stuff too. Yeah, I just appreciate everyone just for watching, or you know, enjoying along with me. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.